Well guys, if you've got a early 2000 Silverado, then you're facing the same trouble I'm facing. And I ripped a patch out of mine because we used it to go pick a color. Yeah, and that's going to be interesting, but we'll show you guys what we're going to fix today. So this morning we put the front fender back on the truck, and we're in the middle of the truck project. I'll show you. So yes, that's the fender that I was rebuilding. If you watch our shorts and our TikToks, you'll realize that I had to redo all the inside of this fender. But that's the original factory fender. It's back on the truck, so we've got to sand it down, clean it off some more. Before we start painting the truck though, Dad started cleaning the interior up, and we're going to do some of the interior, and the headliner being part of that. That way, once we get done painting and we tear down all the masking tape, we don't have as much work to do on the inside of the truck, and therefore scratching up the rockers after we paint them and everything. This right here is the material that my wife picked out for the headliner. And I think it goes all right with the grays and stuff in the truck, and kind of the tan color there is kind of the pewter color of the truck, which is what we're going to paint the truck back, is the original color. So with that being said, I'm going to set up over here and start cleaning this headliner part and show you guys how I'm going to do it. Okay, so if you've got one of these that are sagging, which mine wasn't in terrible shape in the middle, but around the driver's side it started coming down a lot over by the window and stuff, and you know, I'd have that window down some and who knows what, but right around here I've actually re-glued it in places, but it would come down here by the windshield across, and you can see where I re-glued it here some, but it was just coming loose. And you know, it's a 20-year-old truck, so if it's not coming loose now, I don't know if you've kept it in the garage or something, but you've done a good job. So the first thing you got to do is obviously tear up all the old headliner material. And this stuff is real super thin, and as you can see right there where I re-glued it, it tore right there. And so that's going to be fun because the glue I used hardened it. But yep, real super thin. I'm going to finish tearing this off. Alright, once you got everything stripped off here, this foam has got to go because this stuff is breaking down. That's part of what was causing the headliner to fall. And you could take a scraper if you can get started on an edge, but once you get started it'll start coming if you just, and it's not applying a whole lot of pressure. And that works alright, but what I have found works out pretty good is a wire brush. You can take a wire brush and it'll just start ripping this stuff off. And then once you get enough of an area done, you come back with your scraper and kind of finish up. So, but I'm gonna hit most of it with the wire brush first, and you want to get it down to where you can see the fiberglass and there's no fuzzies you can feel with your finger, like all you can feel is the fiberglass, like right there. So I'm gonna clean this up. So we've got it cleaned off pretty good now. We're gonna probably blow it off, just make sure before we start doing anything with the glue. But there's a mess underneath. Dad even sucked a bunch of it up off the headliner so it didn't end up on the floor. So just so you know, this makes a mess. I wouldn't do this in your house. And we found a really stiff bristled brush. This is not a wire brush. This one and then this one here. Once we got the wire brush, take most of that off, It done a really good job as far as getting it clean, because the wire brush just kind of leave it clumped up in places, and those brushes done a really good job of doing like a clean sweep. So
last time we used the bathroom scrub brush.
we did use that last time, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, so that probably did work all right. The wire brush gets it broke free, and then you can take a stiff bristle brush and clean it real good. So I'm gonna sweep up my mess here, and then we'll get set up and show you guys what's next. So now we blowed it off and cleaned it and blowed it off and swept up our mess and cleaned it and blowed it off and took air hose to it, and it's about as clean as clean.
You missed a spot.
No, I didn't. That's where I had it glued before to try and keep the old junk on there. And
It's super glue, isn't it?
I can't remember what I used, to be honest with you, but it stuck.
It's super glue.
So anyways, so my wife picked out this material. So now your next step is, this is fleece, and we actually got this, it was on sale, and I gotta figure out which side I want to use. Looks like, I don't think it really matters, to be honest with you.
You know what that looks like?
What's that?
Joann's Fabrics.
It is Joann's Fabric, where it came from. Let's flip it over. That way. I think that's the side I want to use.
It might be, but I don't think so.
Okay, take it that way. And so the great thing about using fleece is that it's stretchy. So once we glue it down, you'll be able to hit the high spots with your hand and actually run your hand in and stretch it to the areas where the glue will hold it down. And you don't want to pull it tight when you do that, and this will be easier than the Jeep was, because the Jeep had vertical lines we was trying to make look like they ran parallel with the way this is running like this, so it's not that big a deal. It's not as hard to try and get it the way you want it to be. So with that being said, we are going to do this side first. So we'll lift this up and go clear back to there.
Probably want to pull it back beyond that.
Yeah, probably. There we go. Okay, flatten this out.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we've got half of it pulled back, and actually probably a little bit more than half of it pulled back.
Yeah, a little over half.
Food ready? Yeah. It's dinner time, guys, so we'll be back.
It's all right. Well, guys, lunch was really good. Really good.
I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I did take a picture of what Mom made because I was impressed with how good it looked. She even broke out the fancy plates today. So you guys might see what we ate for dinner. I might put it in the video. I say dinner, for lunch.
I'd put it in the video.
I have to do that.
I mean, let's face it, we talk about food enough on the channel.
Man, that stuff is sticky.
Already?
Well, it's where we sprayed that on the inside of the truck earlier, and that's a good thing, I guess. Jeez, oh Pete, I can't get it off. So,
I only know 2 people that have glued their fingers together with spray adhesive.
well, it's not gluing together, but I can't get it off my fingers now.
Yeah, you 2 make quite a pair too.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do now is according to the can here and what it says.
It says Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, Gorilla Glue. It says hold 6 to 8 inches from surface to be bonded and spray an even coat of adhesive. And yeah, I'm using the old Gorilla adhesive heavy duty today. We are not sponsored, but hey, if you guys would like to, that's what I'm using.
Also, again, we're still reaching out for Clorox.
So, but it does say to spray both sides and wait 1 to 3 minutes before joining for the best bond. So, first thing I'm gonna do is spray the old fiberglass. We'll get this down. Give me a tape measure over here real quick. I want to check something. Hold that for just a moment. What I want to check is so about 31 inches. So so when I spray, I need to pretty well spray to the end of the headliner here. That's fine, good. Alrighty then. now, here we go. Now we sprayed both surfaces.
I think he took off some skin.
Stuff is sticky, which is good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pull this thing this way.
You can pull it more.
Okay, it just needs room to get through there.
So what you're saying is pull it more.
Pull it apart. Keep it stretched out. Pull it sideways.
Okay.
I am.
Now, start in the middle there, and then work down around here.
No one likes backseat upholstery.
Now, I didn't pre-cut any holes in what we're doing.
He didn't laugh at my backseat upholstery joke, so.
Right in here, I didn't lay it loose enough, it didn't stretch as well. So I'm trying to hold that in there some, but the Jeep's got like two places like that. I mean, it isn't coming down, but it's not stretched as tight to the fiberglass as it should be. But like right in here turned out okay. That's all fine right in there. So now,
Remember, we're not professionals.
no, not professionals. Good enough for who it's for, right? Okay, now let's on back. Right there, stop the point. Yep, I can see where it's glue in there. Okay, now, about the same song, second verse. And so from there to, we're looking at 31 inches. Again, boy, that was about halfway. Look at us go. So pretty well right to the end of here, and I'm gonna do one coat past there. I'm gonna flatten this out. Yep. And Kagan's gonna go ahead and start spraying the fiberglass as I'm getting this part prepped.
I thought they could still see me. I need to tag Gorilla Glue in this video.
Okay. Now don't lay that end of it down yet. I've learned my lesson, I think. Bend it out. Yeah, go ahead. Hold down, son. Put down a little more. Guess it's not. Yes. Oh, just a little bit. Back up. There. Don't move around. Okay, so what I'm...
The incision.
Yeah, scalpel. So what I'm gonna do is take my razor blade here, and this is not a really sharp razor blade at all.
Well, you know what they say. Work with what you got. One knife.
Huh. You know what? Might be better off.
I ain't a knife. This is a knife.
If this one's fairly sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna reach out through and
Well, but
cut
this
my
one,
hose.
not even a comment about the movie reference.
This little pocket knife's doing great.
Or the terrible accent.
Kagan's not had enough sleep today.
I got a couple hours.
Okay.
There's an energy drink over there. I can do need some more of that.
Okay. So now, make sure them holes are cut wide enough to go down in. And I'm gonna do this for basically everything here, but I'll stick my.
Is it going in the right direction?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. Just make sure it is.
I don't know that it matters.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll find out whenever we put it in the track.
And so my thoughts about this is that the piece will press around the hole. There's no real need to glue around the inside of the hole where it goes, because it'll keep it from going through. Okay.
Chopper's from the side. Maybe you could have made the truck look the same.
There. Okay. Now, when we put that up in there, those press in to hold itself into the headliner. So, now, I've got 3 more of those to do, and then we'll do the light and stuff. So you can see, we leave an overlap when I do a headliner, because that's where it's going to start falling down at. The factory, it just comes up here to the edge and stops. They don't overlap and peel under. And so I'll go over here to the, I got the stand still attached to the camera. You see here where I overlapped a good bit, because now we've got it turned over. I'm putting my edges together, and we've got it there. So this will all be under plastic, will cover all that. And so now we've still got to do this side here. So it's still, we still got a bunch of loose hanging there. So I'll glue it and overlap it and stick it down, and we almost don't have much overlap here. So, but we'll pull up what we can, but it does right here. For some reason it got either cut weird or all square or whatever. We've got enough to cover there. And then of course we'll cut the excess off the front here. So now I'll show you when it's done.
We'll put it to an angle.
It's easier to do when you don't have a back window.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're here now. What do you, is that where we need to be?
What you're going to do is push up on that center piece around that catch.
Okay, now I want to get my door handle. You get your side. You get it popped up in there where it belongs, and then you come get this side. I think I got it figured out, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it to
Tap on them a little bit with a very small hammer. But I don't want the wind up in. You can't see that.
I can't see the other handle. I don't want to break it.
It's there.
How about the other one? The front one ain't in. There we go.
It's right here. It's got to pop around that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this side don't have that.
But it's got that stuff. Velcro in the center. Now, that's where this is where the sun visor comes in. But now you don't know where the sun visor is because it's hidden. So you can go ahead and cut
I can feel it. It's right here.
Set in the seat and cut that.
That's what I'm going to do.
And I'm
Okay, now I'm going to take my knife and go ahead and cut the hole that still exists for the run around, feel it. I can feel where it's soft at, and go ahead and get the corners.
Here's a 15, a 20, and a 25.
And just fold that.
Where's that wire at?
Huh? Oh, it's still up there.
Yeah, you better get that out of there. But thinking, I thought, uh-oh.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Yeah. And that goes down through there like so. And that's why it's important to not ever do anything by yourself, because you can't think of everything. Okay, now I'm gonna cut that out a little more so you can see a little better. Okay, you can see all of them now. Started it on. Well, it ain't coming down.
There's plug in on it.
Really, it's just the one screw.
Yeah. Probably that chrome.
Yep, it's a Phillips.
Then you got that clip that fits on.
I'm gonna wait on that.
Yep, I would. Alright, that's the chassis. chances of that being lucky enough to get started first off.
Probably not real good, but there it is. There we go. Now it's gonna do the other side.
And then you can put this trim back on.
Well, for some reason that one didn't seem like it went as smoothly as the XJ, but maybe I just remember the XJ being easier, but we're in. And so yes, these are the original visors, and that's the original center console and the original handles, and they're all a tan color, along with those little nubbies right there. And the interior is all charcoal in the truck. And so that's why my wife picked out that material there, because she thought that would probably look the best tying everything together. And so we didn't have to bring it through the side, even though we could have, because I don't have a back glass in the truck right now. We took it through the back glass, and that is a completed job. Everything's tied together, everything's put back up. So I guess next we're going to move on to putting some more interior parts in, and it won't be long we'll be taping it up for paint. So if you guys are interested in seeing the painted truck, then hit that subscribe button down there. We're going to keep this rolling, and eventually the short bed dually gets the custom bed put on it. So little pieces at a time it comes together. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you later.